Very happy. Good morning, one and all present here in this virtual session. Today we are going to have again the session on the another application of Microsoft Office, that is Excel. And on this occasion we have with us Ms. Kulvinder Kalse from United Kingdom, London. May I request all the participants to please join me to welcome Madam on the board and to this virtual session. Welcome you, madam, to this
Thank you.
training on MS Office application. So, I also would like to express my sincere thanks to all the participants for joining this session on Microsoft Excel. We all know that Microsoft Excel is an important tool which we use in our day-to-day life in office or even at home also, or in different routine work, which is very important, and you can say a tool which can solve all kind of your problem related to calculation, managing the means data in the form of table, row, column, and many more. Even the Excel is more popular for data analysis, calculation, preparing the financial, the calculation, and especially the account people. It is very beneficial for them to manage the financial record, expenditure analysis, and lot many more. And especially those who are doing the research work, for them also it is very useful because we have to prepare, we have to do analysis what the data we collect from the different sources to complete our research work, and also analyze our research data which we have collected from the different source. So it is really important for everyone to know about this tool. And for keeping that in view, we have scheduled this online training session. And on this occasion, we have with us Madam Kulvinder, who is expert a trainer having more than 90 years of experience in teaching the managers and the professionals in the different universities of United Kingdom, in London. So without taking much of your time, may I request Kulinder Madam to take over the session. Uh, Madam will continue. She will brief about the Excel and the different features, how you can use them in your day-to-day life, and what are the different functions available in the Microsoft Excel. So may I request Kulinder Madam to please take over and continue the session. Over to you,
Thank,
Madam.
thank you. I will share my screen first.
Sure, madam.
Good morning, all. Before we start anywhere, let's try to open Excel. So we go to Start button and from Excel, open Excel from here. It's taking time. Yeah. The Excel is, let's have a briefing for it. From to-do list and personal budget to general legend and business expenses report, people are busy creating a variety of spreadsheets on a daily basis. If you want to build a spreadsheet that is accurate and easy to use and does what you need to do it, you will have to understand the basic of using Excel. Firstly, I'm working with using Microsoft Office 365 Excel, which has always been updated and improved. And because not all Microsoft 365 subscription are updated at the very same time, so what you see on your screen may not always match exactly what appear on my screen. But not to worry, it shouldn't affect your ability to complete the task will be performing. Well, definition of Excel is electronic spreadsheet program. In other words, Excel is a software application that is used for the storing, organizing, and manipulating data. So I start from here. Excel, when we clicking around here, these called cells. Excel has millions or trillions cells, and in this way, in Excel, is called columns. No, sorry, is rows. They, you see the number going downward. These are millions of rows going downward. Going this way is called columns. Excel columns in being in alphabetic order. There are over 16,000 columns in Excel. Before we go anywhere, start working around the Excel spreadsheet, let's have a little bit overview on our tabs and groups, ribbons. The top part of Excel, these are shortcuts. You can customize them according to your needs. This little arrow, if we pull it down, let's go more commands. From here, the command you use regular, you probably want to have in shortcut area. Let's have a copy because we do use regular copy. And to add into the shortcut commands, this is the shortcut area. Uh, and then just simply press OK. And if we have a look now, we have a copy command, which is shortcut command on our quick tools, quick access tools area. These are tabs. Tabs contain groups. So like when we're clicking on home page, home tab, we have all, there is a clipboard, font, alignment, and so on. If we click on insert, we have tables under in grouping, illustration, and so on. If we, this is a page layout and formulas, data, review, you can see them, they contain their own way of groups. But we stay in the home area. This is this is a clipboard, cut and paste, copy, format painter, and these are font size. You can change your fonts and alignments, numbers, some styles, cells, editing, analyzing tools. But I will not be covering everything. I will just cover what we need in our everyday life, which is we use normal. So I will cover some normal cells. So this is at the moment you can see this is a blank sheet. When we click in a cell, say for example, at the moment my cursor is in this cell. Cell has a number going downward, alphabetic going across. Every cell has a name. So I'm clicking here. This cell, if you see, is a G, and number is a 7. This is a name cell. Is giving this cell G7. If I click, say like clicking here, see number automatically change. This is cell name. It's a B4 cell name. And click here gives me A2 means this is 2 and A. Let's click somewhere randomly around here. This is N column and 13 row. So this is, and the name here. Okay, at the bottom we have sheets, which is you can organize them according to your needs. You might want one sheet just data, maybe other sheet you just want to have a charts or so on. So by default, we have a one sheet. If you want to create more sheets, you can create up to 255 sheets. So let's click on plus button that automatically names sheet 2 and this was sheet 1, but you can name them according to your needs. So we right click, rename this sheet. Maybe we can rename this sum and just press enter. So maybe you right click, or you not always have to right click, you can double click as well. Double click and delete the default name, maybe say sum 2 and press enter on the sheet. So you can this we have a capability here up to 255 sheets in Excel. Okay, I think I'll go back to this one. So now if you need to type data in the sheet, you simply start typing data, or you want to write something, you simply start writing. And I'm just going to minimize this. I already filled up some data here. I've done it before, so save us time. And I named this sheet as a basic calculation. And we can also color them. Let's right click, let's put some colors, making it look a bit nicer. Let's choose a green one for this one. And maybe next one I want to color something blue. Um, so you can see that it's already started looking nice and for a visualization, and also is good for us, for our eyes, to the color coding. And you also can move your data to another spreadsheet, move and copy, because in case you have a data here and there's an option you can copy and paste to another sheet, or you simply want to create another sheet. Let's say I want to move this data to new sheet. You simply right click, move, and if either we can move to the end of here, or let's create a new sheet. Check and okay. It's bit coming up slowly. Oh, I can see that it's moved here. Let's undo it. What I did. Yeah. This I think it moved here because I'm okay. It copied this data here and then I think on a sheet. I don't need because I already had a sheet. Let's delete this one. Just simply delete. And asking a question. Yeah, just to delete it. And now I've just entered some data here. So what we can do that we can work on calculations. Just I've got some fruits and I add 50 some apples, oranges and bananas. To calculate this simply, as I mentioned, every cell has a name. If I always sum start with the equal sign, always in Excel. Now this cell,
Madam, sorry to interrupt. May I request you to zoom the Excel little bit so that will be clear. Text will be clear. Yeah, it is okay now.
is okay now.
Yes, perfectly fine.
That's it. So I already entered some data. Simply you click in the cell and enter data. I already entered data. So let's do some calculation. Calculation in Excel always start with equal sign. Now this cell is B and number 2. So if I type B2, you can see that Excel automatically highlighted my cell. Now we need a plus symbol, and then I'm going to go B3. So you can see that it color coded as well, and plus symbol, and then B3, which is 3 is 4. B4. And when you finish your calculation, when you're happy with it, just simply press enter. Now you can see that cell calculated 130. If I need to go back and change my data, say I want need 30 here, if I want to change 30, and just simply come out of the cell, you see cell automatically done some calculation for me. And this is the benefit of having a formula rather than just um, calculating it in your head. And when you click in cell, this area is the formula tab, which will show whatever is in this task, whatever we wrote here. Yeah. So if I click on this cell, it's showing me 40. And let's click amount. You can see amount. Right. Let's go back here on third one. Let's do differently. Type equal, because calculator is a sum. So sum and open bracket. And now I'm just going to highlight this and press enter. So this formula is, you can see that is slightly, sum is adding. So and I will go through a bit more, but at the moment we're going through the sums. And you can see that a highlighted E2 colon E5. So it means starting from E2 to E5, so they calculated from there. And if I change number 10 to 20 and just come out cell, you can see automatically change. It's no different between doing this or this, giving you the same way, but it's different way of doing. But you probably have a lots of big spreadsheet. You're not going to sit there and start typing plus symbols. So this is a quicker way of doing it. Let me show you even quicker way of its sum. I click here. I'm going to click on the Form tab. Now this is auto sum area, and if I click on there, just click on auto sum. Just click on auto sum, press enter. You can see that with my one click, it someday. Like let's change the data so make sure it's working fine. I change 40 to 50. Look, it's updated. And if I click here, the formula looks the same as equal sum, open bracket, and you have to must close bracket, open bracket h2 colon h5. And look, this formula, because this is, we are in the h area, and this is 5 6. Yeah, so this is quicker way of entering, doing some sums. So for example, let's use some of this side's area font. Say for example, I want to make a top layer bold. You just simply click bold. I want to change a text color, maybe something like that, and you simply modify. And this is text is at the moment Calibri, so we can change to according to our needs. Maybe I'll change it to, I, you can see that as long as when I'm moving, my font keep changing. Yeah, maybe actually keep this one changing. And this is a fill. Say for example, I just want to do some nicely fill here and fill it, make a bit more, or maybe I want this total sum also make a different color fill. But this is, you choose your color according to your needs. I just, yeah, it's looking different. And let's add this side. So I want to add equal symbol sum, and now I can just click in the cell as well. Equal sum, open bracket, and I want to add apples. I want to add some B plus and this and close bracket. Enter. Now another good thing is, for example, I don't need to go and add all these rows as well. We can use the this fill button here. If I double click on this, it automatically fill it for me the sum. Yeah, automatically done. This is 100, like let's change to 200. 200. You can see that this is calculating correctly. Let's do a bit more, a little bit more in advance. So I'm just gonna zoom this as well. I think hopefully you can see now. Right, I've got a little bit more data than the easy one. Let's basic function. So we use some basic function here. So I've got some bit more data here. Um, but this way, I did something differently. I created a little bit more. We do some sum, average, count, and minimum and maximum in this data. So if I click on sum and same principle, we can do quick sum here. Let's go to formula, quick, and press enter. In here, in my sum area, if I click in sum here, it, it calculated empty cell as well. If I type something in empty cell, it will add it up automatically. This is the benefit of doing this as well. But now let's have some average. Let's see average of this data. So now there is another formula. Any Anything you perform, there is a formula for that. I'm just covering up simple formulas. So if we type equal sign, uh, let's do something differently now this time, a bit more different. If we look at here is fx, this is also, you can use, these are also, you can insert your formula functions. We are looking for average formula, so this is here. If you can't find it, you can always type here briefing and go and to find it. So now I'm going to press OK. Now it's automatically selected cell C3 till C20. C20 is 20 cell is this one. I don't want 20, I want 18. So I just simply go back here, change 18, change 18 and press OK. Now it's calculated for me the average of this data. Now we have these columns here. For example, we need to count them. How many columns are there? Otherwise, we'll be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But let's count them quick. We use this insert function again. We use the count function. Press OK. And is it value 1? It selected up to 21, which is 21. Because what actually cell does, it take all the cells, the above, whatever is there. So it's using all of these. What we want count up to 18. So you are just going to go back. I'm just going to type C18. Okay. No, this we don't. Let's try again. Because click here, this, count, okay. Now, what we need to do, we delete this. We want to tell Excel what Excel want to count. So we want to count these cells. So what I'm doing, highlighting, oops. We want value 1, we want Excel to count these. And now Excel collected C3 column C18 and press OK. So is a 16 there. If we count it, you can see that if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So this is a quick way of doing it, counting. Now, sometime we probably want to see the minimum value of our data Same thing. So we click in here. Let's use the function from here. This is the quicker way of using a function. Another thing, let me explain a little bit more. Let's, I can't see minimum here, so let's type in MIN minimum. Go, I found a minimum. Insert function, you can learn about more functions. So when I click on minimum, this one, it gives me briefing of this this function. Say, return the smallest number in the set of value, ignore logical value and text. So if I click on this one, you can see that it will tell you about that formula. And this button, it give you further, if you click on, it will give you more explanation, and I am going to bring my screen out here. When I clicked on that, I have got this. It gave me more explanation about the this. When you click on help on this function, you want to learn more. This function is telling what this function going to do, but we want help. Okay, say this one, we don't know what this one does. And it said return the minimum in number of 0 to 59. So I don't understand what that means. I want more help. So click on help. You can see that it had tons of information which will help you to understand function more deeply. Right, we just do minimum now. We go to the minimum, press OK, and the cell, you can see that is automatically typed up to C21 to C22. There's a problem here. The reason is typing C21 to 22 because there is a gap, there is space. This number 19 has no data. So Excel thinks now I just want to value of just these three. So in advice, try not to keep any empty cells in the worksheet. But we don't want this, so we want the value of here, and then press OK. So we have a minimum value in this data is 14182, which is here. See, this is the minimum value in the data. The next thing, let's have a maximum value. So click on this, the insert function, yeah, and we need a max. It's telling me what this sum gonna do, this formula will going to do, and press OK. Now again, we delete this and we add what we need and press OK. Now we got the maximum value of this data is 151043, and this is the maximum value in this data. This is basic function, and if you go in the formula tab, you have insert function here, which is same thing as this one. You have auto function. There is some basic one auto functions which you can use, and then click on more. Recently used function means recently we just used. We used max, min, count, average, sum. So far we use these functions, and these more financial tool which is can use logic, text, date and time, and so on. So we have a lot more function here to learn. And so far, once you know the basic, you can learn advanced. So this is the alignment area. In the alignment, at the moment, our text in middle align and is in left. If I want this text to be in the middle, I simply click in middle and it's aligned in the center. Or if I want this text to be in side left align, it's left. Another thing is if I want a whole column, you just select whole. I just want whole left. Yeah. So you can see that it's doing my whole data. Let's put it right. Right, this looks better. Let's do some bit more work with a bit more data. Now I've got you probably have a lot of sheets, plenty of sheets. If I scroll up and down, I have got so much data here. Let's make it a little bit big as well. Yeah, I'm going now. I have some headings here. It's a task list, and I've got this heading. Every time I'm scrolling up, I'm lost, and I don't know what that means. I'm lost, lose my headings. To keep the heading in place, we we do is it called freeze pan. Freeze pans are under view tab, and if you notice here is the freeze pan. Yeah. So I want to freeze these pan on the top so they don't move and they stay where I want to stay. So what you need to do, you click here before we want to keep these on and you click here and we will go here, freeze. This is when you click on freeze is asking freeze pan means what you selected or just the top row or the first column. I'm just going to go to the top, choose. Let's scroll my data up and down. If you notice that now, it is not moving. It's staying in one place. Right. Another useful tool is called, I think is called fill. So if I click on this number one here, a little on the side, and when the plus button comes up, I can done is giving me 111 because this format did the Excel think I want in this row 111. What we need to do, we tell Excel a pattern. Say I don't want 111, I want the number going 123. So what we need to do then, if we got few, or even I can type 3 there, just a small pattern, tell the Excel to do this. So let's highlight both of the number, both the pattern you want to be, and just fill handle. Now, if you see, it's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change the pattern even different. Let's delete this. Right, see, I want number 1 here, I want number 3 here. And let's do this way. Highlight. You can see that. Now Excel know I want 135 in this pattern. So another quickest way is right, let's do 1 and 2. Now, if I'm highlighting both and pulling it down, and I probably have hundreds of data, then I will take a whole day pulling them down. The quicker way of is you just highlight when the plus symbol display here, when you see the plus symbol, double click. And now you can see that if I scroll down to my data, let's see how far it's gone. Right, it gone up to 79. Now, as I mentioned, Excel has um, thousands of millions of rows and cells and things, but it stopped here at 79 because Excel know your data stops here on 82. So Excel will stop where your data stops. So it's not going continue going. It's stopped here. That's the beauty of doing quick things. Another one, I'm just going to move this one, so go to the empty one. Another is, let's we working with we want to fill handle with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If I type in MON, I've got all MON is in lower cases, and I pull it down, you see that it's made the pattern and it automatically recognize days of or years. After Monday is going to be Tuesday. If we delete this data, if I write M capital, now if I fill this, you could see the first letter of this is capital. If I let's type Monday. Monday. Now when I fill this, you can see that it's writing full. For example, we go January, February. Let's say Jan. Some of the pattern, Excel remember them. So you can see it's making the pattern according to what we requested. And this is basically is that's the large sheets. That's the way you can handle them. Let's go to the next one, which is I quite like this one. This is called flash fill. Let me see where is the flash fill tool is. See where it says a fill here underneath. It's called the flash fill. Sometime, for example, you go data, they are scrambled data, but you want tidy up that data. Somebody say send me these emails, but I want just their first name and surname to be displayed. If we have got data, I'll make it look quick. Yeah. So for example, these are email. I want to separate the names and the surname separately. But at the moment I've got small data I can manage. We might have a time count we got the data which is mm, much more data. We can't do a typing every single of them. So if I highlight both of them and I go there, it's already giving me more options here. Now this is not the way I wanted. I want flash fill button is displayed somehow. Let's yeah, see, I think it doesn't do both one. So you can see that it picked up surname. Let's do it this one. And I think it does it. I've noticed that it does a column. When I highlighted the board, it wasn't doing it. So you can see that it picked up first name and surname uh, of this data. So this is also is useful tool to do. But when we're doing all these flash fill options, they have more options here. But I'll just leave it. Now, if we come back here, we want to separate the first name and the surname Smith, and we want separate data here. I'm going to try one more time with flash fills. No, it's not doing the all in one go. So, right, it's not doing it as I wanted to do all of it, but this is a useful tool anyway. Yeah, this is quite a useful tool to use the flash fill. So let's see if I can see it more. Alright, let insert page layout. Let me cover a little bit of page layout. This is the first part is margin. This is more work for when you're printing data. Say at the moment by default customize margin is this one. Say we want to use a narrow, I select narrow. But you will not see here in Excel. So you will, if you're using a Word document, you probably see your margin changing. But you not see here, but this is only will work when you're printing your spreadsheets. And this is also here. See, at the moment, my Excel is in portrait. Maybe if I want landscape, and I selected a landscape, it's selected a landscape now, but I will not see here, but when you're printing it, you will see. But then again, it gives me, if I'm printing it, gives me a bit of ideas. If I'm going to print this data, landscape, my draw line would be here. I will print up to J. So see dotted line, that's my landscape size. Let's go back and change to portrait and see if I'm going to print this data in portrait left, and it's only going to print up to F. So this will guide you. Or there's another option. For example, you want to do the print data, but you just want to print section. You just select and go on the file and print. And it will only be selected what you, because I don't have a printer installed here, so I cannot demonstrate. It will select only selected data. Before we go any further, I'm just going to quickly highlight. See, if we go on the file button, when you on the home, Excel has some template as well, which is you can use them. The simple chart template, weekly schedule template, more template, and the basic one. And you can open new if you want to open from your desktop or any other way. More info about this and then save this Excel, or save as if you want to give a different name. At the moment, I'll go say training data one. So, for example, I'll give training data two or three. This is a print option. And if you want to share this spreadsheet, this is only you will share if you're logging online using Office 365, or you using Office 365 online spreadsheet. You have to log in to share it. So this one, for example, you want to export your spreadsheet to PDF file. I will not be demonstrating this. And to PDF file, it give you more option to use PDF file. And you want publish, close. If you want to close this spreadsheet, we just simply go back. And I think I've got another 10 minutes. I'm just going to quickly show you charts before we go any further to how to create quick charts. Um, Simply, if we go in insert area, we have some chart area here, and you just click anywhere, and we want chart. Say at the moment I want to select this chart. When I'm hovering my mouse on these charts, you can see that it's changing it. Let's have this one. And automatically it selected my data, and you can see that automatically highlighted. But then you can go back into chart, you can modify. Let's undo. I want chart only for this data. Insert to highlight what you want, and let's have a chart. So now I've got a nice chart. It's showing me the year is in blue, conference in yellow, and I can change now my chart title. So you can, I'm only showing you basic. You can say con- conference attendance. Simply come out, yeah, si- click anywhere, and this chart you can modify chart even more. And when you click on the chart, you go more tools here. If I click on the plus, it will show you if you want to have a data level. See, it's showing now. You can modify according to your needs. And this one, you can have you could option for different charts, color, style, and so on. Just one more. Let's have one more chart. Say we want this chart to be different chart rather than column chart. Let's have a pie chart. So and when you're having a pie chart, it's giving you an option how you want your pie chart look like. Let's have this one, and you go pie chart. Done. So this is a basic of calculation, and I think I have covered all the basics, and we almost there in the time as well. And I'm going to pass you on to Sir DP now. DP?
Yeah, madam, I am here.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing it.
Okay. Have you finished the session, madam?
I think are we 1 o'clock now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have covered the basics, um, basics, and we are almost lunchtime now.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay, madam. Thank you very much for the session you have taken about the Microsoft Excel and enlightened all the participants about the basic, and I hope that participant would have benefited from your the session which you have taken, and they will apply in their day-to-day routine life. Now the session is open for question and answer. If any participant is having any query, so we can have those questions quickly in 5 minutes. So may I request the participants to please just type your question in the chat box, and accordingly we'll take up the question and we'll answer them. Otherwise, we can answer the queries in the next session when we have on Excel. Is there anyone having any question related to the session Madam just now have taken? Okay, Madam, there is no question at all from anyone. Only one suggestion is given by Asa. She has mentioned that could you please take a session about SPSS? Nowadays, it will be more important to all. So definitely, Asa, we shall plan the session on SPSS and will intimate you accordingly. I can get one query, madam. Would you like to take it?
Yes, what is it?
Mr. Binod is asking how to freeze top row and column together.
Okay, I will demonstrate that. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
madam.
going to share my screen again. Let's go to this one. So these three top rows, let's go back to view and unfreeze. So if you want unfreeze, you can unfreeze them. So at the moment, my data is every time I'm scrolling up and down there. So now you want to freeze, say the number A and these three going this way, but then these columns all together. What you need to do, you tell Excel, I want freeze A row, A column plus 1, 2, 3. So you click here in the, so this moment you're clicking here, so you're telling Excel you can go freeze these pan. And going back to my freeze, let's go, and then freeze pan. So now, if I'm going up this way, if I'm scrolling, you can see that they frozen one go altogether. And another option is here, like if you only want to freeze top row, this is free, or just the first column, and this is give you options. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, I think Mr. Binod has got the answer. You have rightly explained, and it will be available. The recording will be available on the same link, so he can see and practice later also. So, Madam, thank you very much for your valuable time and uh, just teaching all the participants and sharing your experience with us. And I'm thankful to all the participants also for taking interest and attending this session. So we will be breaking the session now here. I got many messages from the participants that they are having is office time, so they are unable to attend the session in daytime. So there is a little change in the timing, and that will be shifted. The next session will be shifted in the evening. So we will be having the session around 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the evening. So I will share the link, and accordingly means all the participants they can attend, because many of them are not able to attend due to their busy schedule in the office. So I request all the participants they will agree with me, and they will attend at 7:30 p.m. I will share the link in the WhatsApp group, and also the link will be available at the Librarian Guide YouTube channel. Uh, Madam, one more query is there from Dr. Ram Kumar Rai. That we will take up in the next session. The question I'll display on the this one screen, and we will explain in the next session how we can get same heading on next page if content is in more than one page when we print it. Roughly, I
Okay,
can ask.
I can
Yes,
I can cover this one. Yeah, I'll
okay, madam.
share. I'll
Okay.
quickly cover it. Share
Sure,
my
madam.
screen. Yes. So if we go in the page layout, print tiles. Yes. So you want row to be repeated. Say I want you click there and say we got the heading. We want row to be repeated. These three rows every page. You highlight that and press OK, and that's simple as that. So every time you're printing, every single page would print this three rows of heading. I think answered
Okay.
it.
Dr. Ram Kumar, I hope you got the answer. You practice it by seeing the video, and still, if you have query, then we will attend the query uh, in the evening session. Uh, I think Madam disconnected due to the net issue. So thank you all. Thank you very much for joining the session and attending it. I'm thankful to Madam also, who spent her valuable time from busy schedule and provided training on Microsoft Excel. And next portion we shall be covering. Yeah, Madam, welcome back. I think you got disconnected.
I got disconnected by mistake.
Yes. So once again, madam, on behalf of all the participants and my own behalf, please accept our sincere thanks for joining us. And we shall be meeting in the evening at 7:30 p.m. If madam is available, then she also will join. Otherwise, I shall be taking the session. So till then, goodbye. Take care of yourself and good day to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.